Talking men's soccer with the goalkeeper for the seventh ranked team in the country, and I will die on this hill. The guy I think should have been the national player of the week this week. Cam Hall joins us. He made 9 saves in Bentley's 1-1 draw at Franklin Pierce. Nobody has won, by the way, in Ringe other than Franklin Pierce in a regular season game since like 2018. So tremendous job by Bentley, which got them bumped up in the rankings. Cam, awesome season for you guys. What's it been like in Waltham?
It's been great. The vibes on the team are really high right now. Have a really close group of guys that are all on the same page and uh, just love going to practice every day with this group.
How has it kind of come along for you guys? Like, give me the process and the growth throughout the season to get to the point where you've hit this high water mark at seventh in the country.
Yeah, beginning of the season, the captains got together. We set 3 large goals to the group. Then we brought it to the room and we spoke about how we could reach those goals to get to the one overarching one that we had set together. And just kind of day by day, we reminded ourselves as posts in the locker room, reminded ourselves about being consistent, doing those small things every single day, whether it's getting gear, whether it's pushing yourself 110% practice, being on time, whatever it is, to just reach those goals every day so that game by game, day by day, we're doing what we need to do to get to the point we're at now.
Can you share any of those 3 goals, or are they top secret?
uh, can share, I'd say, 2 of them. Just, uh, I guess I guess I'll say share one. Taking opportunities. That's one that kind of encompasses the other one. I think that last year we had a few opportunities that, like, for example, we could have hosted a playoff game last year at the last game of the season. We lost 2-0 to St. Mike's in the last day of the year. And then we go down and lose to Adelphi, our season's over. So having that experience, we kind of thought, we're going to be put in situations where we can take opportunities. We can beat these teams. We can get ourselves like open one door to get to another. And when you have these opportunities, you need to take them. So we've really focused on that this year.
Let's talk about some of the opportunities you guys have taken this year. First and foremost, the win over Franklin Pierce the first time set the table, obviously, for the rematch this past weekend. How big a deal was it for you guys to get that first one under your belts, which kind of set the tone, I imagine?
Yeah, it felt good. Obviously, beat Franklin Pierce, good competitors, and it's always a good game playing against those guys. But I would say that we didn't really look at it differently than any other game. I don't think we reacted any differently. We were confident in ourselves. We got the job done, and it was just business as usual.
How big a deal was the win over Southern New Hampshire? Because that was like, I think a day after they had gotten bumped up to the number 2 ranking in the country. And then it's like, all right, Bentley's now beaten 2 top 25 teams. This is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the answer would probably be very similar, kind of just business as usual, staying grounded and humble, which the other captains, Michael Heichel and Luke Mullenhour, talk about all the time. Just saying, yeah, we beat these teams, but in our mind, we should be beating these teams every time. So, like I said, just business as usual.
You guys get the draw this past weekend in part because you had a ridiculous save in the last couple of minutes. Walk me through that save where you're diving to the left to keep that one out.
Yeah, I think the ball came over the top, kind of got flicked on. Actually, my roommate was down on the play, so I was a little frustrated that the ball game hadn't been stopped, but I think it fell to their number 11 and saw that he was just gonna hit the ball as hard as he could with his laces, so I just set and reacted. And yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what it takes to be a goalie, why you like being a goalie, and what that mentality is.
Yeah, the mentality is the biggest part about it because you don't really see a lot of action all game, and you need to find a way to be focused the entire game. For me, that's kind of always talking to my teammates, giving them information just so I feel like I'm part of the game. But it's what's that show that I forget the name of the show, but having him a memory of a goldfish,
Oh,
where
Ted Lasso.
yeah, Ted Lasso, I can't believe I forgot the name. But you're obviously your moments are right in front of the goal all the time. So if you make a mistake, there's a good chance the ball goes in the net. So first of all, you need to make sure you're not making mistakes. But everyone makes mistakes, so if you do make one, you need to find a way to just let it go like that and find a mentality where you're okay with whatever happens and you believe in yourself no matter what.
How did you wind up a goalie the first time?
I was always a field player. My dad coached me growing up and played for him for my town team. And then I went to a Seacoast United camp and I played goalie one day. And then they had a goalkeeper camp the week after. I begged my parents to do it and did it. They, like, whatever it was, the U11 Premier coach saw me or had me recommended to him. I tried out and played for that, played up a year on that team. And I just loved it and kept doing it.
What happened that one day that you played goalie where you were like, all right, I got to go to camp? Like, you guys are signing me up for this goalie camp.
Remember it was in an indoor facility, and I just really enjoyed making saves, and I just really enjoyed the reactions of people when I did make unbelievable saves, just like falling to their knees, putting hands on their head, rooting their perfect goal. That's my favorite part about it.
There's an interesting vibe to like ruining somebody's day gives me a really good day, but that's one of the cool things about being a goalie.
Yeah.
Um, Tell me about your path a little bit too, because you're finishing up your career here at Bentley, last 2 years of your eligibility and going to grad school. But you went to LaSalle first. You came home. You played at New Hampshire for a couple of years. What did you learn about yourself each step along the way as you continued to grow throughout college?
Yeah, that's a great question. Going in at LaSalle my freshman year, I was kind of under the impression, whatever I'm doing is going to just being better at soccer than having a coaching shuffle where kind of thought that, I've earned the starting spot here. The new coaches come in and suddenly I'm right back to where I was, losing a lot of confidence. And then, entering the portal and finding a great opportunity at the University of New Hampshire and learning under coaches like Mark Hubbard, who just really taught me the meaning of culture. We talk about it just about every day here in the apartment with my roommate, Mike Leuven, but we speak about the meaning of belief. We read the All Blacks book. We're just so tight as a group and on the same page every single day when we showed up to practice, and it taught me what it's like to be part of a group like that and to be a family. So not playing there as a junior and senior was really hard for me because I love soccer more than just about anything, and sitting on the bench going through that when I'm coming to practice every single day and giving 100% was really hard. But since I went through that experience when I got here and now I am playing, and we have a roster of 36 guys, so we have a big team. So there's a lot of guys that don't play. It gives me a reason to go out every day to show up to practice and give 110% and do it for them because I know how hard it is not to play and I want to do something special for them so that they can. I mean, I loved being on the program even when I wasn't playing because we were doing so well. So I want to make their experience better so when I leave and they start playing, they have an opportunity to do something even more.
It's a really interesting perspective because you're at LaSalle. You're like, all right, I feel like I've earned the starting job. I want to be the starter here. I go to New Hampshire. You're not the starter, and yet you really enjoyed the experience because of the culture and what it taught you about being part of a team in that regard. I have to imagine that was an unexpected lesson when you went to New Hampshire, but had to be a really good one for you to have a really good experience.
Yeah, 100%. I went in and I kind of knew I was going to sit the first year. But once I kind of Hubs always talked about kind of accepting your role, and once I learned, I'm here and we have these goals as a team, I kind of got to put my pride to the side and understand, all right, I'm not where I want to be, but I can do what I do best, preparing the starter, being the best I can in practice, always encouraging the guys, and doing that will help the greater good.
Why was Bentley the right fit for you after that, for your final couple of years of eligibility? What brought you to Waltham?
Yeah, when I got in the portal, it was a hard decision because, like you could probably guess, I really wanted to play, and for my school that I've been at for so long and I'd grown up around. But I entered the portal and I emailed Gary, and like he called me within, I think, I don't know, 20 minutes of the email. We spoke and had a good connection. And one thing that really stuck out to me is he needed me to come and play in front of him. He wanted me to come down and do their walk-on day. And a lot of coaches don't really want that. They're okay with taking people off of film, which I understand is the situation. But I went down and really enjoyed playing on the field. The group of guys that were there, the captains from last year, were just so welcoming. One of the goalies that's actually injured right now, and a great friend of mine, Jake Malton, he was the only goalie on the roster that was healthy at the time. And I mean, I mean, having a graduate student, I know how hard that is. Come in and trial with your team. I mean, knowing your spot's in jeopardy. This guy, he walked me around campus. He walked me in the dining hall. He was just such a great person to me all day. And I mean, having that kind of person in the group of people that were there that day, then the connection I made with Gary as well, speaking in his office after, speaking about what my role could be and what we could do as a program, it just made me know like this is the place that I want to come give my 100% in effect at.
Why has Bentley wound up being the right place for you? Why has this level wound up being the right place for you? Like, what have you enjoyed about playing D2 soccer and in the NE10?
Yeah, just playing, first of all. Obviously, being on the field and getting to show my passion and show what I work on every single day is huge. And playing the NE10 is really fun. Now that we've been able to, we're leading the NE10 right now and competing with the top the top teams in the conference. But every single team you play is a very good soccer team, and they've been. I think every single team's been around the top at some point over the past 10 years. So going into every game where you know it's going to be a dogfight, you know it's going to be super competitive and everything's on the line. I love that.
How do you guys, we talked about three goals at the beginning of this conversation. How do you guys accomplish what you ultimately want out of this season over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, just taking it game by game. One thing that we're really focused on as a group, like I said, staying humble before, but not thinking ahead about what one game could do. Just thinking about, all right, we need to go down to AIC today and win. We need to go impose our will. We need to show them what we're about and show them why we're ranked where we are because we deserve to be here. There's no doubt about it. We deserve to be in the position we're in. But now that we are in the position we're in, we need to be consistent every single day at practice so we can go into games and show what we're about.
Cam, congratulations on the season that you guys have had thus far. Congratulations on the season that you have had thus far, and certainly best of luck as Bentley looks to finish it out here.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time, Joel. Have a good one.